Hi, in this video we will learn about triple column cash book. I'll introduce you to the new concept called as triple column cash book. In our earlier videos we have learned about the cash book where the cash book only has cash column in it. Then we learned about the bank book where it only has the bank columns in it. And then we learned about the cash book where we had both the cash column and the bank column. In this particular example, we'll learn about the triple column cash book. Now, what is a triple column cash book? I have drawn the format for you here. A triple column cash book will record three aspects of a transaction: cash transactions, bank transactions, discount transactions. Cash book is, let us say, divided into two parts. The left side, here we are going to record the receipts of cash and deposits in bank, whereas on the credit side, that is on the right side, we are going to record the payments of cash and withdrawal from the bank account. So this cash book is going to play a triple role. The triple role is, it is going to record all cash transactions, bank transactions and related discount transactions. That is why this is called as a triple column cash book. Okay, so it is called as a triple column cash book because it plays a triple role. When we prepare a triple column cash book, we need not maintain a separate cash book, a separate bank book and separate account for discount transactions. Triple column cash book plays the role of cash account, bank account and also the discount account. Okay, let us see some transactions and we'll learn how to put them in the triple column cash book. Some transactions are illustrated here. 1st January 21, cash introduced as capital 10 lakh. Now cash is coming into the business, so it's a receipt of cash. Date of the transaction is 1st January 21. I'll write here 1st January 21. We are getting cash because of the capital introduced to capital account. We are getting the money in cash, so I'll write it in the cash column and nothing in the bank and the discount column. What should I write here? The corresponding credit is given in the capital ledger account. We have to write the page number of the ledger where capital account is prepared and where this entry is posted. Suppose it is in page number 33 of the LF, so we'll write 33 here. What does 33 here mean? 33 here means in page number 33 of your ledger we have capital account. There we will be writing by cash rupees 10 lakhs. So this is what is the meaning of that page number 33 which we have written there. Okay, we'll not learn this in detail because this is not our objective now. We have learned it in our posting of ledger accounts topic. Now let us see the next transaction. Cash deposited in bank 2 lakh rupees. Now cash deposited in bank means it is a cash payment for the business and a deposit in the bank. We are paying cash is going out of the business and it is being deposited in the bank. So we should record it in, and you can see here we have already written receipts of cash and deposits in bank. So this will be recorded on the deposit side of the triple column cash book in the bank column because we are depositing money in the bank to cash account. 2nd January 21 is the date. We have deposited rupees 2 lakhs and it is a payment of cash. That is why it has to be recorded on the payment side of the cash book also, but in the cash column. By bank account rupees 2 lakh. Now what do we write in LF? We will write C here, contra entry. Why we write C here? We are saying that the debit and the credit postings are completed within the same book, in this book only. That is why we are writing the letter C here. What we are saying here is the contra posting is not there in some other ledger account, it is there on the opposite side. So we can see here the opposite posting is also completed here. I'm sorry, I think we have recorded it in the wrong column. It's a payment of cash, so I should have written it in the cash column. So I'll correct my mistake. So we have written it in the cash column. That is how we record the transaction. Next, third transaction, 3rd January 21, goods sold for cash rupees 3 lakhs. We have sold goods for cash, that means we are receiving some cash, so it will automatically be recorded on the receipt side of the cash book. We are getting the money because of sales, so we'll write sales here on 3rd January 21 to sales account rupees 3 lakhs. We'll put a small dash here in the cash and discount columns. Next, goods sold for check rupees 2 lakh. We are now selling goods and we are getting some checks from our customers. We will deposit those checks in the bank, so we have to record it in the deposit side of the bank book rupees 2 lakh. I will write here to sales account 4th January 21 to sales account rupees 2 lakh, nothing in the cash column and the discount column. Next, wages paid in cash 1 lakh rupees. It's a payment of cash, so we have to record it on the payment side. 5th January 21, we are paying wages in cash, so I'll write by wages 1 lakh rupees in the cash column. Next, rent paid in check rupees 60,000. So we are again making a payment, but this time we are paying through check, so it's a withdrawal from the bank. As you can see, the left side of the cash book is receipts of cash and deposits in bank, and right side of the cash book is withdrawal from the bank and payments of cash. So we are paying in check, that means it is going to be a withdrawal from my bank account. So 6th January, I will write on the withdrawal side buy rent in the bank column 60,000, nothing in the discount received column. You'll see the next transaction. 7th January 21, cash withdrawn from bank 50,000. Now what is going to happen? We are going to withdraw money from the bank. That means it will be a withdrawal from the bank, and it's a receipt of cash for the business because cash is coming into the business. So we have to record it in the receipt side of the cash book in the cash column and in the withdrawal side in the bank column. So I'll record it first. It is a withdrawal from the bank 50,000. What are we withdrawing? We are withdrawing cash. What is the date of the transaction? 7th January. I'll write C here because the opposite posting will be completed here. And in the cash column, I'll write 50,000 on the receipt side because we are receiving cash. From where is the money coming? It is coming from bank. Date of the transaction is 7th January 21 to bank. Next, 8th January, we have a special transaction here. 8th January 21, cash received from debtor 9,500 in full settlement of rupees 10,000. Allowed him a discount of rupees 500. Now, generally what is the entry we pass for this type of a transaction? A debtor owes us rupees 10,000. In full settlement he is giving us 9,500 cash and we are allowing him a discount of 500. If I remember the entry is correct, the entries will be cash 9,500 to debtors. I would have to credit his account with 10,000 because I have to close his account. I have to fully settle his account. So the balance 500 is a loss for the business which is debited to discount account. Okay. Now, how to post this entry? We have learned it in our ledgers lecture. In cash account, I will write to debtors 9,500. In discount account, I will write to debtors 500. And in debtors account, I will write by cash and by discount 9,500 and 500 rupees respectively. So how do I record it? In the triple column cash book, I am receiving cash 9,500. Along with that, I'm allowing a discount of 500. Discount allowed is a loss. That is why this account has to be debited. That is why it is debited in this account also. Who is giving us this loss and cash? Debtors. That is why I have written here. Okay. So in cash account we are writing 2 debtors, and in discount account also we are writing 2 debtors 500 rupees. This is how we record the transaction. In the debtors ledger account we will write by cash 9500 and by discount 500 rupees. With that the debtors account will get settled. Next transaction, 9th January 21, check issued to a creditor. Check issued to a creditor rupees 19,500 in full settlement of 20,000. That means we owe the creditor 20,000. Instead of paying the full amount, we are paying him 19,500, and he has agreed to give us a discount. That means we are receiving some discount of rupees 500. We are gaining something. Generally, how do we record a journal entry for this transaction? The journal entry for this transaction is creditor's account should be debited with 20,000 because I have to close the account. We are issuing him a check. That means bank account has to be credited with 19,500. The balance 500 is gain for me, which is credited to discount account or the discount received account. Discount received account. So we can see the discount received column here in the triple column cash book. So what am I doing? I am paying the creditor in check. So on 9th January I am issuing a check to the creditor 19,500, and he has agreed to give me a discount of 500. It is a gain for the business. Nominal account, incomes and gains should be credited. That is why it is recorded in the discount received column on the credit side. By creditors 19,500, nothing in the cash column. So this is how I record it. Last transaction, bank charged charges of rupees 500. Let us say on 10th January 21, the bank has charged rupees 500 as charges, bank charges. Because the bank provides us various facilities, the bank is charging us some amount. So the bank will deduct the money from my bank account. So I have to record it in the withdrawal side of the bank account by bank charges. This is the expense. By bank charges 500 rupees on 10th January. Bank charges ledger account will be debited. Okay. So this is how I prepare the triple column cash book. Now we'll balance the triple column cash book. I hope you remember how we balanced our ledger accounts. In the same way we are going to balance our triple column cash book as well. The total of the debit side is 10 lakh plus 3 lakh 13 lakh. 13 lakh 50,000, 13 lakh 59,500 rupees is the total of the receipt side of the cash book. Okay, the same amount I'll write on the payment side as well. 13 lakh 59,500. Out of this we have to subtract the two payments here, 2 lakhs and 1 lakh. So only 3 lakhs are there. So we are going to be left with 10 lakh 59,500 of cash. We write here by balance carried down. Generally the balancing is done on the last day of the month, 31st January 21. Now we have to see how much is there in the bank column. 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. 4 lakh is on the deposit side, and on the withdrawal side we have 60,000, 50, 110, 129,500, and it is 1,30,000. So the total of the payment side, withdrawal side is only 1,30,000. So the higher side is the deposit side, 4 lakh. I'll write here 4 lakhs. Out of this 4 lakh, subtract whatever we have withdrawn. 1,10,000 plus 20, 130 we have withdrawn. So we'll be left with 2,70,000. Okay. So this 2,70,000 is the balance left in the bank column. Discount received and discount allowed are not balanced. They will be carried forward automatically to the next month. Okay, we will not say the balance is 0. We have totaled it and put it here. Okay, now in the next month, how will we show it? Let us carry it forward. On 1st February 21, we'll write here to balance brought down. How much cash we are left with? 10,59,500 cash. How much was the bank balance? 2,70,000. This discount allowed will continue here, 500. Okay, and on 1st February 21 we'll write by balance brought down. The amount in the discount received column will also be carried forward to the next month, 500 rupees. Okay, now how do we show these things in the trial balance? If I prepare my trial balance, debit, credit, my particulars column, I will write cash account. Cash account has a balance of 10,59,500. Bank account has a balance of 2,70,000. Discount allowed account has a debit balance of 500. Discount received account has a credit balance of 500 rupees. So this is how the balances will be depicted in the trial balance. Okay, so this is how we deal with a triple column cash book. When we prepare a triple column cash book, we do not maintain a separate cash account or separate bank account or a separate discount account. All the accounts are maintained in this cash book itself. So this is the example on triple column cash book. Thank you.